an expression of my thanks in two sentences, one mercifully short, but other, unfortunately, rather long. First is thank you. Second is thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring words of wisdom. We request Dr. Preetha Reddy, Executive Vice Chairperson, Apollo Hospitals Group, to honor the chief guest with a memento as a token of our deep appreciation and gratitude. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We request Dr. Mahajan to say a few words. Dr. Mahajan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And our very dear chairman, Ms. Preetha, all the dignitaries on the dais, students, parents, ladies and gentlemen. I think a lot has been said. All I'm going to tell you is a little story here. Once upon a time, there was an archer, and he mastered his technique, and he could shoot a bird at 100 yards without any problem. Once he retired, he became old, his reputation still remained. And there was a young person there who tried to match it. And he not only matched it, he matched it rather well. He could shoot the bird at 120 yards. So he thought, I'll better go to old master and tell him what I've done, what I've achieved, and what I intend to do. So he came to the old master and said, Master, I want you to see my technique, and I want you to see my archery. Master said, okay, let's do that. Master could sense that this young man has achieved rather something special. So he wanted to test him. So he took him to a stream, and the stream it had a bridge which was made of ropes. So Master went, and right at the center of this bridge, on this rope bridge, which was shaking, he took his bow and arrow, and he shot a bird which was about 20 yards, and he came back. And he said, now you try. Now this young man went on the bridge, which was rather shaky. He couldn't practice, couldn't do anything with that because he was so unstable. Came back. Said, Master, I've learned my lesson. He said, the lesson is that you can master your technique when the things are perfect, but you got to master them when things are not so perfect. And as we heard today, there are so many examples when things are not so perfect. And you have been very fortunate in this particular place, having graduated from here in ideal circumstances. The world is going to give you different challenges which have been enumerated already, and you're going to face them well. So master your technique, please, even when the grounds are shaky. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's with immense pride and honor we commence the conferral of the postgraduate degrees to the inaugural class of postgraduates at the Apollo Medical College. These degrees represent a significant milestone in the academic journey of our postgraduates as a testament of their pursuit of knowledge and perseverance. Dear postgraduates, as we call your name, kindly proceed to the dais from the left to receive your degree certificates. To confer these postgraduate degrees, I request Dr. Preetha Reddy to please do the honors of presenting the certificate. Dr. Gandala Srimani Vignaraju from the Department of Anesthesiology. Dr. Rayala Aparna from the Department of Anesthesiology. Dr. Sumedha Wangala from the Department of Anesthesiology. Dr. Sohini Gandham from the Department of Radiodiagnosis. Dr. Komuru Suhas from the Department of Radiodiagnosis.
Dr. Nikita Gattam from the Department of Radiodiagnosis. To confer these postgraduate degrees, I request Dr. K. Srinath Reddy to please do the honors of presenting the certificates. Dr. Lakshmi Renuka Malli Reddy from the Department of Radiodiagnosis. Dr. Mannam Rupa from the Department of Radiodiagnosis. Dr. Sanat Kumar Bollam from the Department of General Medicine. Dr. Veeramach Neni Meenaja from the Department of General Medicine. I also request Head of the Department of General Medicine, sir, to come forward. Dr. Rajyam Anudruti from the Department of General Medicine.
Dr. Anish Reddy Bimidi from the Department of General Medicine. Dr. NRR Lahari from the Department of General Medicine. Dr. Edunutala Sri Veena Kashyap from the Department of General Medicine. Dr. Srija Yadav Kadari from the Department of General Medicine. I request the HOD from the Department of General Surgery to kindly come to the dais. Come forward to give the degree certificate. Dr. Kotra Aishwarya from the Department of General Surgery.
Dr. Mohammad Sohail Uddin from the Department of General Surgery. Can I request Dr. Faiz, sir, to come onto the dais? Dr. Chodipalli Srinivas Vijayaram from the Department of General Surgery. Dr. Nuti Vamsi Krishna from the Department of General Surgery. Dr. Satya Gopal from the Department of Orthopedics. Head of the Department of Orthopedics, sir, can you come forward? Dr. Anuraguram from the Department of Orthopedics.
Dr. Vineet Mettu from the Department of Orthopedics. I request Dr. P. Krishna sir from the Department of Pediatrics to kindly join in giving the degrees. Dr. Anusha Taduri from the Department of Pediatrics. Dr. K. M. V. V. Sadhana from the Department of Pediatrics. Dr. Nuguri Sneha from the Department of Pediatrics. Dr. Baba Harshita from the Department of Community Medicine. Dr. Surnela Krupani from the Department of Anesthesiology.
Thank you all. With this, we end the postgraduate degree certification. We come to the most awaited segment of the evening, the awarding of bachelor degrees. The Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery degree signifies a beacon of hope, a symbol of compassion, a promise of better future for all. Your accomplishments are a source of pride to the faculty as well as the parents gathered here. Along with the degrees, the certificates of honor, the certificates of merit, and gold and silver medals will be awarded. Dear graduates, as we call your names, please proceed to the dais from the left side to receive the degree certificates. I request Dr. Surendra Reddy, Principal, Apollo Medical College, to please do the honor of awarding the degrees to the students. Dr. Alle Samhita, she's also awarded the Certificate of Merit in Pharmacology, Forensic Medicine, ENT, and Ophthalmology. Dr. Arnav Lakshya, he has been awarded Certificate of Merit in Pharmacology. Dr. Aram Raju Rashmika, she is also awarded Certificate of Merit in Community Medicine. Dr. Aisha Abdul Bari, Dr. B. Akash Reddy, Dr. Batula Navina, she is also awarded Certificate of Honor in the first and second year of MBBS, Certificate of Merit in Biochemistry, Anatomy, Pharmacology, Microbiology, Pathology, Forensic Medicine, Ophthalmology, Community Medicine, and General Surgery. Thank you, Surendra Reddy, sir.
We request all the parents to be please seated. I request Dr. Satyanarayan Reddy, Medical Superintendent, Professor, Department of Ophthalmology, to please do the honors of presenting the degrees to the student. Dr. Banu Teja Yella, Dr. Bhu Chakra Hamsapriya. She is also awarded Certificate of Merit in Pharmacology. Dr. Bukavar Siddhartha. Dr. C. Vaishnavi Gaud. Dr. Chandu Patla Adarsh Reddy. He is also awarded Certificate of Merit in Forensic Medicine, ENT and Ophthalmology. Thank you, sir.
I request Dr. Pariplavi, Head of the Department Anatomy, to please do the honor of presenting the degrees to the students. Dr. Chepuri Saket Vishwakarma. Dr. Chirukuri Srija. Dr. D. Swati. Dr. Dasari Roshni. Dr. De Reddy Janvi Rishita Reddy. Dr. Dharmagari Navya Reddy.